I've reacted to Onion headlines in the past, but apparently the Onion has created some amazing medical breakthroughs. I'm gonna react to those, as well as to a video that Sam says may be about me. That'll be at the end, so stay tuned for that. Huge thanks to Grammarly for sponsoring this video. Beep-whoop. Hormel introduces new chili formula for mothers who can't produce own chili. First of all, I have to point out mothers don't produce chili. If they did, I'd be working them up for a condition that is probably gonna be named after me because it's never been described in the textbook. Like, let's say they're pregnant and instead of breast milk, they produce breast chili. Chili breast syndrome. CBS, you have a new home. Columbia Broadcasting Station, it's actually chili breast syndrome and has nothing to do with the temperature. American Medical Association introduces new highly effective placebo doctors. I'm about to say something terrible. Isn't that what naturopaths are? Oh, he said it! He said it!
How dare you, sir?
He said it, but this is an Onion video. We're allowed to be comedic. Funsies are allowed. Disney Plus debuts new Star Wars show about Yoda battling testicular cancer. What? Does Yoda even have testicles? Someone is definitely gonna say, like, obviously they just used a lightsaber to go in and gently do an orchiectomy and they saved his spermatogenesis. I probably had to say that out of order. The balls saved within me are of utmost value to everyone around me. Scientists develop even more painful form of female contraception. See, we talked about. Yo, that fake IUD looks fierce and scary. That looks like if an IUD had a baby with a thorn bush or a rose bush. I regularly pick things like that off of the dogs, and it's not an IUD, I promise. New TLC show follows the life of man who is 5 pounds overweight. That is now the future with these GLP-1 agonists. He chooses to skip the gym for the 3rd day in a row and eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That sounds like my last few days. I've been slacking, especially this Father's Day, because you know I am a father to 2 noofs. Glade introduces new meat freshener spray. Ew! An easy way to take the putrid stench out of expired goods.
Are you okay?
You know what's funny? Glade probably has some antibacterial properties because it has some alcohol content in it. At least that's what I'm assuming. But please don't spray your meat to make it taste better. I never thought I'd say that on this channel. Lancome introduces new full-body moisturizing chrysalis? Is that a cocoon? This reminds me of like when all these fitness bros are all in their hyperbaric chambers, cocooning and healing with the high pressure environment. And look, for some wounds, maybe, but for the claims that people like our good old friend Along Came Polly. I know you don't know who Along Came Polly is, and it has nothing to do with the Ben Stiller movie. Along Came Polly is my new nickname for Liver King because Liver King is very obviously still on steroids. I think he's admitted to it now. And one of the side effects is creating a lot of red blood cells, also known as polycythemia vera. So you could see how doctor humor gets lost in the general population and also makes it hard to make regular people laugh on the street. Logitech introduces high resistance keyboard for fitness. Type it. Yo, I have diesel fingers. No, actually, you know that Marquez on his podcast has a competition where people see how fast they can type the whole alphabet, and he sprung it on me on a day that I didn't sleep and I had no caffeine, or maybe too much caffeine, I can't remember. I still finished like in 8th place out of like 20 something people. Tom Scott, you type quick. I feel like he practiced it. How fast can you type the alphabet? Bausch and Lomb introduce new rib contacts for extra pleasure. That would be like having a foreign sensation in the eye, and that's a legit review of systems thing that would flag for me and I would want to investigate for a corneal abrasion. But hear me out. If you're an alien and you come to the globe, first of all, you look and you just say, what the F is going on here? But then number 2, someone comes up to you and says, hey, there's this company. It's called Bausch and Lomb. Eyewear company, condom company. I vote condom. Bausch Lomb sounds condom. Fight me in the comments. Trojan introduces new contraceptive. Fife for charming sperm out of vaginal canal? The small wooden flute, when played correctly, is capable of enchanting up to 99% of spermatozoa, leading to them jauntily and safely away from the nearest egg. Do you think that's how the egg gets the sperm to come to it? It plays like a little melody for them? Drano introduces new shampoo for eliminating drain clogging hair at the source. Oh, your hair slides off right off your burning scalp? But yeah, if it falls off your scalp, it's gonna fall right into the shower drain. They didn't think this through, Drano. And a product like this exists, it's called Nair. One of my very first patients in residency was a patient who overused Nair in their private parts and caused a significant chemical burn. First day of residency. Came in, I was like, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hims now selling bags of chips for depressed, impotent losers who are also hungry. For those who don't know, Hims is a company that remotely sells, I guess, access to telemedicine services and then prescription medications. I'm not particularly a fan of the model just because it creates all these like ethical dilemmas and actually stops patients from talking to doctors about more serious conditions. Like when it comes to erectile dysfunction, when a patient comes in to discuss that, that's one of the biggest signs that something could be going on in their vascular system that's also affecting their heart. So like, the erectile dysfunction is the jumping off point to talk about heart health. Whereas if they use one of these websites, it's easy to miss that. You know, I honestly think The Onion has some of the funniest writing on the internet. And while I'm not nearly as funny as they are, I do get some help with my writing thanks to Grammarly Premium's AI tools. You see, Grammarly is an AI writing partner that works where you work so you can craft quality writing faster across different platforms. No more copying and pasting like other AI tools. After using the free version for years, I've upgraded to Grammarly Premium, which has some awesome new features. Strategic suggestions is definitely one of my favorites because that actually helps me improve my writing. After I finish the draft, I can ask Grammarly to review things and suggest ways to make it more impactful or even clearer to the reader. I'm always trying to make my scripts about complex medical information easier to understand, and Grammarly definitely helps me with that. My speed has also increased significantly thanks to app actions, which allow me to share a script that I'm working on with my producer Sam, all from the body of the email itself. I don't have to manage 50 open tabs anymore to send things to my team. It's such a time saver. 96% of Grammarly users report that Grammarly helps them craft more impactful writing, and I'm no different. Click the link below to sign up for free and then upgrade to Grammarly Premium to level up your productivity like I did. All right, let's get back to The Onion. New hormone-free IUD wards off sperm with steady emission of police-grade pepper spray. God, that's gotta hurt. Why pepper spray? Weren't they using like tear gas? For years, patients have been able to choose between a progestin-based or copper IUD, but soon they'll have a new option that leaves sperm burning in pain. I've heard some news on the horizon of a potential male hormonal gel as a form of birth control. If we're running with this idea, I guess it would blind the sperm. And if the sperm can't figure out where they're going, they'd get lost. I don't think it's effective. I need to see the clinical trial data.
Show me the receipts.
Q-Tip introduces new multi-speed electric ear swab. Honestly, this is definitely gonna come out. I'm definitely gonna have to make a hate video about it. Why are people obsessed about digging in their ears? I know it's the itch you can't scratch, but like, get a massage, go for a jog, create something. Don't dig in your ear. It's only gonna cause a problem. Cartier introduces new diamond encrusted gastric lap band. Oh God, that's gotta hurt. The lap band already like has some potential side effects, but now it's gonna be biting into your pyloric sphincter with its diamonds. Just
cutting it, bleeding it.
I bet one of the contraindications to the Cartier lap band is being on a blood thinner. The diamonds are so high in probability in cutting your stomach that you have a high risk of bleeding. You can't take blood thinners. Always introduces off-roading maxi pads with 40% more shock absorption. You know who that's for? People who jump on those pogo sticks that have the mono seat and they just jump on it. That's probably valuable. You know what that could be good for? People who go mountain biking. I swear, when I take my like hybrid road bike out in the streets of Manhattan that has really bad concrete, if you want to put this into one of my Biking shorts, I wouldn't be against it. Oscar Mayer introduces new filter tip hot dogs for a healthier meat eating experience. We need like Oscar Mayer introduces GLP-1 hot dogs, where they have GLP-1 medications inside them that you could take orally without needing an injection. That would be a treat. There's actually a whole line of foods that I believe that are being put out, marketed towards people who are using GLP-1 medications. A full line. REI introduces fleece supplements to insulate digestive tract. For those very cold digestive tracts, keep them warm, keep them soft. I would say it is, why can't I think of the word? It starts with S. Carafate. Why did I say S? Oh, sucralfate. Sucralfate is basically insulating fleece for your stomach. It coats it, it protects it, especially if you have some like ulceration happening as a result of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Tums introduces new sternly worded note reminding consumers they know better than to eat that stuff. The best method of heartburn relief remains having some goddamn self-control and saying no to that fourth slice of pizza, especially when it's too close to bedtime. So Tums is now in the disciplinary side of things as opposed to the calcium carbonate of it all. When you mix acid with calcium carbonate, it reduces the pH, or it increases the pH, making it more basic. One of the side effects is you burp. Tums can give you gas. Invisalign begins offering clear body shell system to gradually straighten posture. It's like Bubble Boy, but for posture. And you don't need perfect posture. Ideal teeth placement could be beneficial so that you don't develop jaw problems, headaches, face shape changes. But posture should be about physical therapy, not about a pot. Midol introduces new leather strap to bite down during menstrual cramps. Oh, that's dark. There's been a lot of talk how folks are not given enough medication during pap smears and certain other gynecological procedures. Midol would use this product for it. No, that ain't okay. Heinz introduces new quick recovery sports ketchup. Heinz already has electrolytes. And this thing has caffeine. Oh my God, it's like Prime, but on a burger. 3M introduces new line of protective foam eye plugs. They already make eye protection. You don't need foam eye plugs. By the way, earplugs need a redesign. I don't like the whole like roll it in your ear, jam it. Like, can we have an outer thing where I don't need to stick things in my ear? I feel like that just creates earwax problems. 3M, get on it. Cliff Bar introduces new savory Cliff Loaf. I hate the term, the word, the noun, loaf. No one's ever said loaf to me and I went, yum. Tums introduces new deep dish antacid pizza. Oh, what's an antacid pizza? Tums has introduced some weird products like mixed berry Tums. Like, do we need mixed berry? Can it just stay normal? Kotex introduces new confetti popper tampons ringing in the new year. That's actually a similar design shape. Well done, Kotex. Doctor reacts to video of his own death.
Oh, wow. Okay, so as an ER doctor, I've seen a lot of injuries like this. It's hard to say exactly what is going on.
It's not hard to say. There's a person who has a head trauma, bleeding extensively, is nonverbal, is turning cyanotic, and you need to see if they have a pulse, and if not, you should call for help and immediately start chest compression, chest compression, chest compression.
Since this hasn't happened to me yet, and it's hard to get a clear view of the injury too because of my wife sobbing over my limp body, which I do appreciate, but the first thing I notice is that I'm experiencing a whole lot of blood loss, which hopefully means I died instantly without any awareness of what was happening. Hey, keep going. Jeez. Someone call 911, and quickly, because you can actually see my breath starting to slow down now as the lungs fill up with blood.
And that's a problem, because when your breath slows down in the midst of you losing blood, that means you're giving up. Not by choice, but because there's a problem.
I can feel now that the end is nearing as all the memories and regrets flood my mind. This is probably the point where I would start panicking.
Why does he have a Band-Aid wrong side out on his hand?
I'll scream, no, no, please, not now, not here, not like this. All very common for someone so close to his inevitable demise.
Is this what I'm gonna do to my own death? I swear, if I'm a ghost, I'm gonna do a reacts video to my own passing.
What I'm really curious about is when this does happen to me a few years from now,
You're wearing that same shirt, champ. And the same weird Band-Aid.
The question is, do you think that's inspired from Dr. Mike?
I can't take the credit for it. It's either a parody of Wired or Dr. Ed Hopesick Notes. Giving you credit, Doc. You deserve it. In fact, he was on my podcast, which you could check out by clicking here. And as always, stay happy and healthy.